high school volleyball. Tonight, our season opener as the Orono Spartans come to Hopkins to take on the Hopkins Royals. Hello and welcome to the Lindbergh Center. John Jacobson along with Andy Gugersberg. And Andy, Hopkins, a team that swept Orono in 2 matches last year, once during the regular season, once in section play. Different year this year, and some really new personnel, especially on the Orono side.
Yeah, Orono graduated almost their entire roster. One of the few players that came back was libero last year, turned middle hitter this year. We'll see how that works out for Orono. Should be a fun match for them. Defensive squad, do some nice things. They pulled out a nice 4-set win over Spring Lake Park just Saturday in this very building as part of the side-out class.
Early in the season, Andy, you've only played a couple of matches, you're really just getting into things. What do you look for as a coach from your team?
I think the big thing we look for at this point in the season is cohesiveness. How does the team respond after a mistake? Do they come together? Do they want to be in it together? The wins will come later in the year. This isn't a type of match where they have to win in 3 or Orono has to win in 3. That's not the big outcome here. It's how does our system work with the personnel we're going to see. You know, I know Vicky's is going to switch her libero tonight from the libero she used Saturday, trying to figure out what pieces work well next to who. So that's the big piece of an early match like this.
That should be a good one tonight. We're looking forward to it. It's Orono and Hopkins High School Volleyball. It's coming up next, live here on Channel 12. Stay with us.
We are live at the Lindbergh Center. John Jacobson and Andy Gugersberg as the teams complete their warm-ups. Hopkins in blue, Orono also just to the right of your screen there doing their warm-ups as we look at the lineups for each team tonight. We'll start with Orono. Morgan Marxer, middle hitter, a junior as well. McKenna Rice, right side hitter, a senior. Claire Turnham, an outside hitter, a senior. Naomi Byrne is an outside hitter and a junior. Megan Anderson is a setter. She is also an 11th grader. Hannah Strigow, 5'10" senior, is a middle hitter. We are back at the Lindbergh Center. Orono 2-0 on the season. They were 21-10 a season ago. And Hopkins Royals 1-1 so far this year, 23-6. 1 season to go. Hopkins, Andy, a team a year ago that had an 18-match winning streak. Hopkins' next match after tonight will be at Roseville next Thursday. Spartans with the serve to start tonight's match. Lindbergh Center. Serve receive handled by Amanda Gans down to the floor and an early point for Orono. Nicely put away in the front row, Andy.
There's so much court back there just because of her sheer length. Her arms are so long, she's able to get to a lot of balls that a smaller hitter or DS probably couldn't.
Quick set in the middle, good block. Point for Orono. Morgan Marxer timed that perfectly.
Martin.
Lee had to scramble to keep that ball alive for Hopkins. Martin back row. Lee over by Gans. In the middle, will scramble on the Hopkins side. Lee able to keep it alive. Quick set for Orono and a point. Marxer with the kill.
It's just come in a little bit here and tips over to the sideline in zone 4 in order to score. Everything we thought we'd get right away. Some mistakes early, some miscues, but some pretty athletic plays. Great defense, which we were promised from Orono. Hopkins pretty equal to the challenge, put on a couple runs of their own and find themselves down here 17-19. Team, as she seems to be driving her right shoulder out. We get the same thing there from new DS Jensen.
Jensen comes in replacing Martin. Big swing and a kill by Marxer.
Ball had some pace here. 3-ball opportunity. Marxer here knows where she wants to go with the ball. And
22-17 Orono. Ortiz didn't get it to where she wanted to. That's a crucial error. Makes it 23-19. Spartans within 2 of winning the first set. Now they'll try to put the Royals away. Marxer back to serve.
Good defensive effort there.
Martin back in for Hopkins. Ball in the middle. And there is the first set. Andy to Orono, 25-21. Didn't play like a team that doesn't have a lot of varsity experience. A pretty good first set for them, I'd say. Orono wins the first set over Hopkins. 25-21 was the final. We get ready for the second set.
Spartans seem to be clicking on all 8 cylinders, so we'll just let them run here. Good play from, especially from the middles, from Strigow and it was Marxer. Both had really nice swings in the first set, some pretty good blocks as well.
Burns serving. Ball cross, good block by Marxer. Marxer, deep serve off of Ortiz and a point for Orono. And they've tied it at 9.
Good serve there. Marxer puts some pace on the ball, puts it up into the shoulder of Ortiz. That's a tough ball to pass. Royals up 14-10 on the Spartans here.
Serve from DeWitt. Big swing by Marxer. That was handled by DeWitt. Martin, that's Lee gets to that ball and put over by Gans. Anderson to Marxer in the front row. That'll be a point for Orono. Marxer, ball dug up by Ortiz. Great play to get that back in for Hopkins, but Orono able to complete the play. Sharp. Martin serving, trying to put her team back in the lead. Ball at the net. Marxer knocked it over. And Orono back in front. Remember, to win by 2 here.
Orono did make a change and is no longer giving her that deep corner shot.
A tip at the net. Scramble by Orono. Wow. What a play to get that over. And then Marxer puts it away. It was a terrific play by Naomi Byrne to keep that alive. And then the point by Marxer, and it's 26-25.
Captain, in my opinion, she should be. She carries herself in a very positive way. Her teammates seem to be looking at her. You need a Gans on the court, and off the timeout, cool, calm, collected, serves a nice, tough ball.
Sharp ball into the net, and it's Hopkins taking it after leading the Lindbergh Center at Hopkins High School. Tied up at a set apiece. Hopkins and Orono. Underway here in set 3. We are all tied at 1. Werner blocked at the net. Nicely done by the Spartans. Rice and Strigow getting up in this line. Ball in the middle. Marxer got it across. Gans able to handle it for Hopkins. Martin blocked. Big point for the Spartans. Leal sent for Werner. Anderson over. Good attack from Turum. Hopkins did recover. Turum again off of Lee, and this one goes down. Bill Claire Turum gets the dig.
Royals having some trouble terminating in transition here.
Coming for Hopkins, 13-9 Spartans.
Trouble for the Royals right now is they're not quite clicking on all cylinders. We've got to get the team back in a rhythm together and gelling, and that's the purpose of half of September. I think by the time they get to their tournament at Apple Valley at the end of September match on Saturday.
Over by Martin. Anderson to the middle. Marxer finds a good open spot on the court and drops it in. That was a terrific play by Morgan Marxer.
Marxer dropped a couple into the middle of the court there on that tip. So as we see the ball getting set here, we get a high set, and as Lee dives into the middle to defend the ball that had scored the last couple times, Marxer pushes it towards the sideline. Very intelligent play from Marxer. Junior middle hitter. Playing the odds, my guess is she's new to varsity this year. does a really good job day in and day out. We've seen a lot of Strigow, but Marxer's quietly putting together a nice game for herself as well.
Nice match here for Orono. They're, regardless if they win the outcome at the end of the night, they've really pushed Hopkins and obviously are in a great position to go on to win this match. Tonight we're tied 1-1, but Orono with a 21-17 lead here in the third set. Martin across, got it hit by Werner, was handled. Lee trying to dump it over. That was dug out, and the kill from Marxer. After a good dig by Turner. Another big point here late in this third set.
There we see that.
23-19. Marxer serving for the Spartans. Well, that one missed at the net by Hopkins, and now it's set point.
We're fine. We got this.
Good set. And serving to keep Hopkins in this one. Ball in the middle, and Strigow with a big kill. And Orono wins 25-20. From the Lindbergh Center, Orono and Hopkins, our season opener on Channel 12 for high school volleyball in this 2015-2016 school year. And the Orono Spartans leading the Hopkins Royals 2-1. 5-3 Hopkins. Set to the middle over Marxer, kill shot. 5-4, Orono back to within one. Hopkins doubling up on Orono at 16-8 here in the fourth set. Rice with the kill for Orono, 17-9. And the Spartans still with a long way to go here in the fourth. Strigow to serve. That's an ace.
Take a swing, but no communication leads to an error.
Hands got that one. Martin pushing it over. Anderson quick set in the middle. Marxer over, another kill for Morgan Marxer.
Just swing fast, Marxer. Seems to be working. It's not that Hopkins isn't doing things right. It's that Orono now is. The last three swings that Orono has had, they've resulted in points, doing some really good stuff. It's not about hitting the ball hard. It's about finding a way to score a point.
19-all. Served by Byrne. All set to Werner. Block. Point. Anderson and Marxer got the block. Orono's back in front.
That comes to mind here. We see the serve here. It's passed on the net, but the ball's going to go outside. The block is closed. Her feet aren't to the ball, and she just unloads willy-nilly.
There's Burns. Serve taken by Ortiz. Lee. Point for Orono.
Ortiz stiffened the shoulders, passes this ball too tight.
Anderson serving for the win tonight. Martin, the attack. It's long, and Orono takes out Hopkins, a top 10 team. 3-1.
Hats off to Orono. The Spartans played great volleyball.
Well, that's got to give them some confidence tonight to be able to beat a quality opponent like this on the road.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Orono wins it 3-1. They go to 3-0 in the season. Hopkins drops to 1-2. Great way to start our season. More volleyball next week. Wayzata will host Lakeville North. It will be live at 7 o'clock on Tuesday, September 8th. From the Lindbergh Center for Andy Gugesberg and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks for tuning in for our coverage of high school volleyball tonight on 12 Sports.